Before we get started with today's video, I want to tell you guys about an awesome company that is helping out with one of the biggest issues that faces all rideshare drivers as well as gig economy workers in general. And what is that issue? It's the issue that if you're not working, you're not getting paid. And no company has taken care of that yet so far until now. Cover. You can check them out in the video description below. There's a link there. If you're sick, if you're injured, or if you're in an accident, your car's in the shop, any of those things, Cover has you covered up to 80% of your income, and they pay out the same day. So for a free 30-day trial with Cover, click on the link in the video description below. All right, let's get on with today's video. So here's the deal. I'm Jacob Letman. This is the Rideshare Hub. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, what are you waiting for? Now's the time. Get on it, get signed up, get subscribed, and you'll get updates anytime we come out with new videos with some cool information. All right, hey, on that note, let's get started with today's video. All right, I'm going to tell you guys why I don't drive for Uber. That's right. I'm a Lyft man. Lyft all the way, all day, every day. Lyft, 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 Lyft. Hey, everybody Lyft drive. For real though, why don't I drive for Uber? It's a fair question. The smart thing to do driving for rideshare, you would think, would be to sign up for both apps. And then, you know, keep them both signed on. When you get a ride request with one, you turn off the other app. You go do your ride, you drop them off, you turn the other app back on again. Right? Double the chances for getting ride requests. Makes sense. So, why have I not done that? Well, here it is. I was in Southern California. I'll tell you a tale about a boy with less gray hairs than I have now. I started driving for rideshare 3 years ago, Southern California, and things you need a vehicle that is eligible. Okay, check. I got a 2015 Mazda 3 just so I could drive for rideshare, so got that taken care of, got it registered, boom, no problem. You need a valid driver's license with the state that you drive in. So I had a Wyoming driver's license. I needed to go to the DMV, stay there for 2.5 days, set up a tent, make camp, and finally get a driver's license. But I did it. I got the driver's license for Cali. And what else do you need? You need your insurance, obviously. You need to make sure you get your vehicle checked out, make sure it's good to go. Did all those things. It was done. Had it in the book. So I went, signed up for Lyft. Few days later, passed through, no problem. Did all the same things for Uber, submitted them. They said, whoa, hold on a second, sir. Your driver's license you haven't had for very long, so we need to verify your driving history. Can we please have a picture of your previous driver's license? No problem. Sent it in. Waiting, nothing. Now, Uber uses a separate third party to, or at least at the time, I really don't know. At least at the time, they use a separate third party to verify driving history, do the background check, all that stuff. So this was through them, and it was very difficult to get in touch with Uber. I was like, well, you can't call them. There was no number to be found. So I sent them an email. Took days to get back to me, and they said, oh, yeah, we'll get on it. We'll figure it out. Nothing. Heard nothing back. So again, I resubmitted previous driving history, old driver's license picture. Shouldn't be a big deal. Again, hearing nothing back. This went on for over a month, and I could not get them to pass it through. So finally I said, a peace. Deuces, Uber. I'm just going to stick with Lyft. And, you know, overall, too, I had heard at that time a lot of my passengers were talking about, like, oh, we just love Lyft so much better, and we've had bad experiences with Uber, so we don't drive Uber ever. Our friends that drive for Uber, we've shunned them. Our family, we disassociated. We don't talk to those people anymore. Uber is terrible, blah, blah, blah. So I just stuck with Lyft. Now, that's cool, right? Here's why I would say don't do that, because obviously I've gone through, especially at the beginning, there was a lot of slow times and I didn't know where I should be driving or when I should be driving, and it would have been way beneficial to have both apps going at the same time and doing that. Now, a lot of people, they were like, can you drive for both? Yeah, you can absolutely drive for both. It's your vehicle, you're an independent contractor, you can drive for Uber, Lyft, and, you know, your uncle's mom and whoever else you want to drive for. It is now, I'm on my 3rd rate change with Lyft, and after 3 rate changes, I've only lost money. It's never made me more money, I've only lost money. And after this last rate change, I've lost quite a bit more profit driving, especially on long rides for a Lyft. And looking at the Uber rate card compared to the Lyft, I think it might be more beneficial to go drive for Uber. So Uber's rate card matches Lyft's rate card right before they changed for this last time. Did that make sense? So Lyft just changed the rates again, so now we get paid as soon as we make a pickup. But in doing so here in the Scottsdale or in the Phoenix area, they also reduced our mileage from 60 cents a mile to 35 cents a mile. And I think we're at 12 cents a minute. Anyway, basically what I've seen is a high decrease in profits on my long mileage drives, which there are a lot of them here in Phoenix because this is a very spread out city and people go like 15, 20 miles all the time. And I'm losing a lot of money, so I'm switching to Uber. Fingers crossed, I'm hopefully able to get signed up now. Hopefully that goes through. But it's really important that you know your rates, that what you're making. Continue to try. I'd really encourage you to continue to track how much you're making and keep close attention on how much you're spending so you can figure out your net earnings, what you're really making. We have videos that talk about depreciation. You can figure out how much your vehicle is depreciating and you can calculate that in. There's a whole lot of things to take into consideration, but please do that so you know if you're making more with Lyft or Uber. Check the video description below. I'm Jacob Letman. This is the Rideshare Hub. We love you all. Take care.